Okay, yes, we're recording.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are taking a look at this cut only example. And you have decided to set the flat pad at 25.5, and then we need a slope of 1 to 3 away from it. All right, so if we have our flat pad, let's take a section through it kind of in this direction. All right. And so our flat pad will look like this. And then we want a slope of 1 to 3 going up, right? We're going in the uphill direction.
Mm.
All right. Right now, the slope is kind of doing it's kind of doing this, and it's coming past our flat pad, and we're cutting. Actually, it's coming like this. All right. And we're wanting to cut all of this portion away. Cut, 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 cut at a slope of 1 to 3 until we meet up with the existing grade. That's our goal. All right.
Okay.
So at a slope of 1 to 3, how far away should a 26 contour line be from your 25.5 flat pad? We could do it with math, or you can do it intuitively. But if we need to do it with math, you need to go S equals V over H. All right. Our S is 1 in 3. We already decided that, right? One
Yes,
third.
ma'am.
Okay. The vertical height is going to be your 26. Take away the 25.5. So it's half a foot, right? If I can write 5 with my mouse here. There we go. And our horizontal distance is what we're solving for.
Okay.
Okay.
You said it's 26, take away 25 or
20.
Oh,
Oh, you're right. I wrote it wrong. 25.5. Sorry, I got distracted writing with my mouse. Okay, so we've got 1 over 3 equals, and this is 0.5, right? 0.5 over h. I'm going to multiply both sides, and I'm going to end up with h equals 3
times
times
5.
0.5 equals 1.5 feet.
Y times 0.5.
It's the 26 minus the 25.5. It's the difference it's the vertical distance between these two areas. We're
So it
in,
should be 1.5, right?
nope, nope. If it's 25.5 up
Oh,
to
I'm sorry.
26, yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
thanks for making me check my math.
Yeah,
This is good.
this is my mistake.
All right, excellent.
Mm.
So you can also do this intuitively. All right, you know that with a slope of 1 to 3 and an interval distance of 1 foot, if you would want every contour to be 3 feet apart, but you're only doing a distance of half a foot, so you can automatically go, okay, it's half of that contour distance, 1.5 feet.
But if I moved contour 1.5, it would still I mean 26 1.5, it would still be on the flat pad.
No, it's going to be just off of it. So now that we know this data, here's what you need to draw. Um, you need to take your contour 26, and it's going to come just like normal until 1.5 feet from your building. All right.
Uh, is that what
Yeah.
that's what the 1.5 staying?
Exactly. That's what the 1.5. So one
Uh,
and a half feet from your building. I know this is a pretty small scale. 1 inch equals 20 feet. So that's really close. I'm not measuring, obviously, I'm on the screen. But here's contour 26 down here. It's going to stay as normal until 1.5 feet from your building. Then you can cut it. Now you can do it with a spline and rounded corners and such, or this is also technically correct to just simply take that 1.5 feet away from your building. Okay.
okay.
Now,
So
sorry, go
so
on.
25 is which line did I already move? Okay, that was 26. Okay.
Yep.
6 minus 25. And then for 27, do I just
There we go.
minus 27 from 26 and then do
So
that math again all over?
you could, or think about it this way. All right. You know the slope is 1 and 3. You know the interval is 1. How far apart should those contour lines be?
The 1.5 again?
3,
Oh, 3 feet,
3,
3 feet.
3 feet, 3 feet.
Oh, I
So,
have that wrote down too. 3 feet.
mhm. And so you can do this with line 27. All right, is going to stay the same until you reach 3 feet away from line 26. Right, and then I know that I'm not drawing this quite to scale, but here we go. Then it'll be, imagine that is measured 3 feet. Right, this distance right here, and then you can trace this around 3 feet away. Oops, all the way
So then I just
until,
keep doing the 3 feet away until there's no more contours in that
yep,
plan.
yep, exactly. Yep. So the 1.5 feet initially close to the building there was because you were only traveling half a contour, basically, in height. And then each one of these contours is a full 1 foot apart in height from each other. Therefore, they need to be 3 feet apart in distance. All right. And so you're going to take this 28 until you're 3 feet apart. All right. You're going to trace that. And actually, oh, I missed the fact that it was there. I'm going to undo that one. So here's 28,
Guys, I'm doing class right now.
3.8, 3 feet away. Here we go. And we're trying to match up back with the 28 contour line, which was right about here. All right. And then you have existing contour line after that. All right.
Okay.
29.
Are we moving 20? Oh, we have.
You have to, because otherwise the slope's too high. 29, but just until it hits somewhere here, right? And then it's existing. And then it doesn't look like we need to move 30. So you're all done. And this is the amount of cut that you've done.
How do I remark the contours? They're just remarked by solid lines. Do I have to write that they're 3 feet apart or?
You do need to tell me the 3 feet. You need to tell me this 3 foot distance. And you need to tell
Just
me,
do that on each one?
yeah, and you need to tell me the 1.5 or 1.5 feet. 1.5 feet. All right. And sorry, 3 feet in each of these ones. You do need to tell me that. All right. But the difference visually between the dashed contour lines, now I didn't do it with my little red lines here, but the existing ones should be dashed and they stay. All right. You leave these existing dashed contours. Now, if you were in AutoCAD, this is a hand sketch, so of course they're going to stay. But in AutoCAD, you leave those existing dashed contours. We need them as a reference for where the contours used to be, right? And then the new contours, the change, the modified contours, those are going to be solid lines.
Okay, so the 1.5 is just the distance from the building, and then 3 feet's the distance of the contours.
To the next contours, yes, to each of the next contours. And that's because you were given that 1 in 3 slope.
Okay. Now when I do fill and cut and fill, it's all the same as far as the contours, right? Nothing changes up or anything.
Yep. All right. This is a little more clear for us, I think. just than that. Okay, so you did the cut only. So this is the same picture, but now fill only. Okay. And so tell me, given this, I mean, it's the same situation, but now you're going to fill. So basically your contour lines are going to move off to the downhill side of your building. What finish elevation would you set for this project, knowing that it is fill only and
Okay, so
you can't have any cut?
I can't have any cut. So I would say the 28 contour 28.
And I would set it higher at 28.5, right?
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so once you have 28.5, All right. And you know that because it's the same situation, right, that we just saw in the last picture. It's even the same picture. You can know that your 28 contour line has to be 1.5 feet away from that building. All right. And so you're going to interrupt that contour line 1.5 feet away from the building, and then go around it. You're filling all the way until, and now this is up to designer's choice whether you fill like this or you fill like this, right? It's probably easier, honestly, to fill back to this contour line right here. And then moving to this 27, you already know that that should be 3 feet away from the 28 contour line, right? Because we're still trying for that slope of 1 to 3. In this case, the slope of 1 to 3 is going downhill, right? So you measure about 3 feet away from that 28 contour line, all right? And you can fill until you hit that contour line, all right? Measure 3 feet away on the 26. You can fill like this. All right, now that crosses the 25, so we're going to need some more filling. All right, now it probably doesn't because I'm not really measuring these, but if it did, right, we would need to do something like this, right, and then even the 24, right, because we crossed it, and then we'd say, okay, now finally we're 3 feet away from the next one.
Why you said? Oh, because we crossed. Okay.
Yeah, we
okay.
cross over it. Yeah. And finally, we're 3 feet away from the last one, and so we can stop filling. All right.
Okay.
Now, I think on the scale of this, I think my eyeball measurement of 3 feet is way off. I think I'm measuring more like 8 or 10 feet, so you wouldn't actually need to fill that much. But that would be an example. Okay. Now, that is one valid way to do it. Let me show you another way. All right, I'm going to clear this. Our 28 feet, I just drew very much a rectangle, right? Like this, mostly like that. Okay, but it's also valid to do something like start here and fill in a more smooth curve, right? You see how that makes your contour a more smooth curve and gives you less sharp corners, which honestly, Earth doesn't really like to take sharp corners. Right? When you're digging, it doesn't really like to do that. So the contour that I just drew, that would also be a valid choice, right?
Okay.
And then you would do something like for 27, you do something like this. And now we're drawing with more splines, right? Than sharp corners. And your 26 would be something more like this, right? And you'd be a little bit more gentle with it, with your curves.
Okay.
All right. Both of those ways work. They're both valid. This way's a little bit more gentle of your slopes. Might work. It might look a little better, a little bit more natural. All right. The other way where you do just the absolute minimum is less expensive, right? Because you're moving less earth.
Okay.
Right.
And anytime you cut through contour, you gotta back that contour back or something. You gotta put it back like you did on the last one.
Like talking about 25 here.
Yeah, like how I went
Yeah,
through.
because 26 is coming across it, and your contours are never going to cross like this, right?
Okay.
So if you had 26 coming like this, then 25, I just didn't finish, is going to come like that.
I wasn't even noticing that. I was just trying to make a mental check.
24, something like that, and then you would be done. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. And what's the difference? So cut and fill is both of the concepts put together.
Exactly. All right. Done with this. Let me clear it. Done looking at this one. Shall I clear it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. But and the only dimensions that we put in is just for the flat pad, right?
Yeah, so we need to know the finished elevation of that flat pad, and then I also want to see some measured dimensions giving that that
That's
3
what it
feet and
is.
that 1.5 feet, and that's all that we need.
Okay.
Mhm. So sliding down, again, this is the same picture, right? I don't know why I slide down, but anyway, it says cut and fill, so there we go.
Yeah.
So
I figured
anyway,
the same
it's exactly the same thing.
thing.
So knowing that you can do cut and fill, all right, and knowing that you want kind of it's best to be mostly balanced between the two, right? And that way you're not trucking in a whole lot of dirt or trucking out a whole lot of dirt. All right. Where would you place your finished elevation?
Like 26.5.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's right.
I might even go with 27. I was thinking, okay, so with your first one, your cut only, you chose 25 and a half. With your fill only, you chose 28 and a half. 27 is kind of halfway in between these two, but 26.5, I mean, those are both valid choices, right?
Okay.
This is kind of designer's choice here. So 26.5, excellent choice. All right. So once you know that this is 26.5, then you have to decide, okay, you've got 3 contour lines crossing your pad. Let's start with one of them. Let's start with 26. Which direction is 26 going to go? Is it going to go off to
26.5.
the downhill side or off to the uphill side?
Uh, I guess it would go to the downhill side to fill in.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And so here's what your contour line would look like. You'd go, remember that because it's half a foot from 26.5 to 26, then that's going to give you that 1.5 foot distance. All right. And then you can take your contour line, something like this, and a little that you're going to reconnect there. Right. You're going to look and see, look, I'm more than 3 feet away from the 25 line, so I don't have to do anything there. Right.
Okay.
Now let's talk about 27. If our flat pad is set at 26.5, is that what you said, right?
Yes.
26.5, where should the 27 contour line go?
I think it should still go down. It should still go.
26.5, 27 is going to be uphill of it because it's higher.
So,
Yeah.
so it should be like 28.5. It should go.
So 27, the contour 27 is half a foot in height different than I should have, I'm gonna write this, 26.5 is your pad height, all right?
Okay, so
27 is half a foot higher, right? So our distance in height is half a foot. Aiming for that 1 in 3 slope, what should our horizontal distance be between the flat pad and your 27 contour line?
1.5 and then
Correct. Correct. Yeah. And then which direction does it go? Uphill or downhill?
uphill 3 feet.
Absolutely. Uphill 1.5 feet. It's going to go just like this around the building.
1.5, and then
And
everyone
then,
after that is 3 feet.
yes, yes, you're
Okay.
getting it. So look, what we did was we took our flat pad of 26.5, we moved the 26 contour line downhill by adding dirt. This is the fill part of it. We moved the 27 contour line uphill by cutting some dirt. All right. So this is the cut part of it. And we widened out this area and made a nice flat area for our building. Right. And then exactly like you were saying, we're going to have to touch the 28 and 29 contour lines. So there's your 3 feet away from the 27. So it's going to come like this, going to be 3 feet away. And we'll probably end right here. All right. And then look, we can't have contour lines cross, right? So this 29, we need to move 3 feet away from it and do a little bit more cutting. All right. And we're done.
Okay. I got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, I think I'm good. I think, and
That is awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
And then
This
when I go to do the AutoCAD version of it, it's just the same thing as this, isn't it?
It's the
It's just doing
exact
this.
same thing as this. It's the same thing. I just, in my opinion, doing it by hand is a little bit more intuitive. And so that's why I'm making you do it both ways.
Okay.
So, yep, it is the same thing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.